But we start tonight with a dire story out of Florida, albeit a devastatingly familiar story.
We had our numbers down. We were all excited. We were very busy because a lot of non-COVID patients that had been waiting for care were starting to come in. But then the Delta variant came, and in just a very short time, just a few weeks, it has shot up from 3 to 30-something patients. It feels like it was overnight. And these patients are different. They're sick. They're young. They get sick fast. It used to be a COVID would come in, and it would take a good 4 weeks before his lungs would completely deteriorate if he was going to be one of those patients that didn't do well, get on a vent. Now I've got patients deteriorating in 1 to 2 weeks. I've now lost a 40-year-old with a pregnant fiance. I've got a 49-year-old, had a 23-year-old that we referred for transplant. These are sick people, and the most frustrating and amazing part of this is not one of them needed to be here.
Not one of them needed to be here. That video is not from last year. It was taken at the end of last month, which was a few days ago, as you recall, at Jackson South Medical Center in Miami, Florida. Jackson South has 8 beds in their COVID ICU. As of today, all 8 of them are filled with COVID patients. 6 of those patients are under the age of 50. None of them are vaccinated. The hospital just had to open up a second COVID ICU. The new one has more than 50 beds. On Friday, Florida recorded the highest number of new infections ever in a single day since the beginning of the pandemic. More than 21,000 new cases. Look at that chart. Florida also broke its record this weekend for COVID hospitalizations. Look at this. The most at any given time since the beginning of the pandemic. In Broward County, just north of Miami-Dade County, the mayor announced today that his jurisdiction has the highest hospitalization rate in the United States, along with Miami-Dade. He says the hospitals in Broward County are becoming overwhelmed. Younger people are being hospitalized. He also described a dramatic increase in the number of children who are falling ill, with back to school right around the corner. He said at the end of June, one area emergency room saw 36 children admitted to the ER with COVID. By the end of July, the number was up to 190 children. The mayor there summed up the situation in his state pretty well today. He said, quote, "This is horrifying." And he's right. It is horrifying because, like that doctor in Miami said, most of these people did not need to go to the hospital. Only 49% of the people in Florida are fully vaccinated. That makes half of the people in the state dangerously vulnerable to the highly infectious Delta variant that is ripping through unvaccinated parts of this country. And Florida's not even at the bottom of the list in terms of states with the worst vaccination rates. Have a look at Louisiana. Louisiana is tied for 3rd place from the bottom. 3rd place for the state with the smallest percentage of its population fully vaccinated. Right now, Louisiana has the highest rate of new COVID infections on the entire planet. The governor of Louisiana announced today that the state is set to break its all-time record for COVID hospitalizations. He said Louisiana's healthcare system is, quote, in peril. And then he reinstated an indoor mask mandate for the entire state because Louisiana is worse off right now than it has ever been before or during the pandemic. Today, a 33-member disaster medical assistance team from the federal government was dispatched to the largest hospital in Louisiana to assist with what the hospital is calling the highest volume of COVID patients the region has experienced thus far. We're in August of 2021. For the parts of the country where COVID is surging right now, this is scary stuff, but also frustrating for healthcare providers, knowing that the bulk of the pain and the suffering that they are seeing is entirely preventable.